Morning is always the purest moment of the day. In the gentle light rising outside your window, there is a truth we often forget. Today is the only thing you truly have. Not yesterday, because it has passed. Not tomorrow, because no one knows what it will bring. Only this morning, this moment, this breath is here with you. When you realize that, your mind pauses for a beat, a soft silence appears, and you begin to feel the value of presence, something you often overlook. There are times when you think you still have plenty of time, that everything can wait until tomorrow. But the truth of life whispers something very different. Time does not slow down for anyone. It flows quietly, without noise, without warning, and without returning. And because of that, today becomes the only gift you truly hold. When you understand this, something inside you opens. You are no longer pulled back by old regrets, nor carried away by distant plans. You simply stand in the present, in the light of this morning, and recognize that a new day is beginning with you. Maybe yesterday you were tired, disappointed, or worried more than you wished. Maybe there are things in your heart that have not yet been resolved. But what matters is that today gives you the chance to live again from the beginning, a chance to become lighter, to reset your mind, to step into the day with a brighter energy. And when you see today as a gift, instead of a routine, you begin to appreciate every small moment, a breath, a ray of sunlight, a quiet space, a clear thought touching your heart. Today does not ask you to be perfect. Today only asks you to be present, to simply be here in your own life and not let your mind run too far ahead. Because when you are present, everything becomes clearer. You see what matters. You let go of what does not. And you begin the day with clarity instead of haste. This is the first moment, the starting point of the whole day. And the way you enter this morning will shape the quality of everything that follows. So let the morning light touch you. Let this truth sink gently into your mind. Today is all you have, and it is enough for you to begin again, softly and fully. Before you step deeper into this new day, take a small moment just for yourself. You do not need to do anything complicated. Simply sit with your back straight. Let your shoulders loosen and allow your eyes to gently soften for a few seconds. Now breathe in lightly as if you are inviting a fresh breeze into your chest. Then breathe out slowly as if you are releasing what no longer needs to stay. One more breath, a little slower. Inhale to regain clarity. Exhale to let your mind become softer. Morning always carries a quiet kind of power. It is like an opening melody that you only notice when you truly pause and listen, and you realize your body and mind have been needing a slower rhythm. Many of us wake up and immediately get pulled into the rush, rushing toward responsibilities, rushing toward work, rushing toward things that only seem urgent. But sometimes the most urgent thing is the need to stop. Stop to feel where you are. Stop to realize that this new day did not come to pressure you. It came to invite you into a brighter version of yourself. There is a truth that almost everyone knows, but rarely pays attention to. We always think we have plenty of time, that if we do not do something today, we can do it tomorrow, that this emotion will be fine later, that the dream can wait a few more months. But the more you live, the more you see that some opportunities do not return. Some words you want to say remain unspoken. Some changes you want to make always get pushed to another day. And then one day you realize tomorrow is not always there. This is not to frighten you. It is a gentle reminder that if something matters to you, begin today. Slow your breath so your own mind can hear your voice. When you inhale and exhale with awareness, you create space for clarity to enter. You allow the usual worries to step back. You give yourself the chance to step into your day with steadiness instead of chaos. Inhale again, deep but soft. Feel your chest open, then exhale gently, as if you are setting down the invisible backpack you carry every day. In this moment, I want to ask you something small, but meaningful. As you listen to these words, where is your mind? Is it here in the present, or still running through unfinished tasks? If even a small part of you is here, let me know your presence by answering yes in your mind. Thank you for giving this time to yourself. Morning does not ask you to be strong right away. It only asks you to slow down enough to hear your inner voice. And when you do that, you are laying the first foundation for a clearer, calmer, and more complete day. Some mornings you wake up and realize your body is not as light as it used to be. A little soreness in your back, a bit of tension in your shoulders, a breath that is no longer as deep as when you were younger. And you begin to understand that this body, this strength, this endurance you once believed would last forever, is just as fragile as anything else in life. We humans often feel steady, as if everything around us will remain stable, as if life will continue the way it always has. But suddenly, a small event is enough to show you how vulnerable you truly are. A mild illness can keep you in bed for days. An unexpected problem can make your mind swirl. A sudden loss can bring your whole world to a pause. And in those moments, you realize that human strength does not lie in looking tough on the outside. It lies in the ability to look deeply into the truth that you are a fragile being, a small dot in the long flow of time. When you accept that fragility, you do not become weaker. You become more awake. You choose what matters. You appreciate what is ordinary. You become gentler with yourself. In this life, many things we build seem solid: careers, finances, reputation, relationships, long-term plans. But if you look closely, you will see all of them can change in a single moment. A company that has stood strong for decades can collapse after one decision. A relationship you believed would last a lifetime can fade within months. A plan you placed so much hope in can suddenly lose meaning when life turns in another direction. This is not meant to make you sad. It is meant to remind you that the fragility of life helps you live more truthfully. Because when you understand that everything can change, you begin to treasure the smallest things. You realize that a loved one's smile, a simple meal, a quiet morning, a deep breath are not ordinary at all. You also become more compassionate with yourself. You understand that no one is strong every day. No one maintains perfect peace all the time. No one can control everything. And this humility makes you a deeper person. When you look at life through that lens, you see something many people take years to truly understand. We pass through this world like a thin breath, but it is precisely because we are fragile that we have the chance to live beautifully. Fragility teaches you to love. Fragility teaches you to pause. Fragility teaches you to choose what truly matters. So this morning, as you sit here, allow yourself to acknowledge that truth, not to fear it, but to appreciate it, not to weaken, but to live deeper. Life does not need you to be strong all the time. It only needs you to be awake enough to understand that all of us are trying, little by little, in a world that never stays the same. And it is this very fragility that makes your presence shine in its own quiet and beautiful way. There are seasons in life when you feel like you have been running without ever catching your breath. Running after work to prove your worth. Running after money to feel secure. Running after recognition so you can feel good enough. Running toward goals you believe will finally make everything okay. But the strange thing is, the faster you run, the further peace seems to drift. It feels like standing on an escalator that moves in the opposite direction. You keep climbing, yet the distance between you and a sense of wholeness never seems to change. Modern life often traps us in the illusion that we must do more to earn happiness, that only when we achieve something will we finally be allowed to rest. But have you ever asked yourself, the things you are clinging to, are they truly here to stay? The achievements you build may fade within months. The money you work so hard for can shift in a single day. The position you hold now may belong to someone else next year. The relationships you thought were solid can change as quickly as the wind. We pour so much energy into chasing what is temporary, and so little time into caring for what is lasting, the inner life within us. When you live too fast, you cannot see what matters. When you live too much on the surface, you forget that peace does not come from having more, but from carrying less. Less worry about the future, less attachment to accomplishments, less expectation of perfection, less comparing yourself with others, less racing against life. There is nothing wrong with wanting to move forward, but life becomes heavy when you forget to look back at what you are trading away. Some people trade their health for stability, then trade stability to heal their health. Some trade family time for work, then spend years repairing the distance. Some trade their youth for the expectations of others, only to realize one day they have never lived for themselves. And when you finally understand this truth, something inside you becomes lighter. You no longer need to fight the whole world. You only need to choose what is truly worth keeping. This morning, as you sit here with your breath settling down, take a moment to look quietly within. Is there something you are chasing too hard that is not bringing you real peace? If you feel it, write the number 1 in the comments, so I know you are here and slowing down with me. Thank you for pausing, even for a few minutes. Life is not measured by speed. It is measured by the quality of the moments you truly inhabit. Let this moment remind you that sometimes the most important thing is not to run faster, but to know when to stop. When you begin to see the fragility of life and recognize the illusion of running too fast, you arrive at an important crossroads. One path is the familiar road, where you keep chasing things beyond your reach. The other is the journey inward, where you start caring for your inner world before anything else. And often, only after enough moments of exhaustion, enough times feeling breathless, do you realize that real strength does not come from controlling everything, but from understanding yourself. People often believe happiness is somewhere ahead, that only after achieving something will they finally feel at ease. But in truth, most of what brings you peace already lives in the present. A quiet morning, a deep enough breath, a moment where you do not have to hold yourself together to prove anything. What matters is not how fast you are going, but whether you are moving in the right direction. If you spend your whole life rushing toward a place that does not belong to you, you will still feel empty. But if you slow down and look inward, you will see what you truly long for, what you truly need, and who you truly want to become. Your inner world is like a room. If you keep stepping in and out quickly, you will never know whether it is messy or calm. But if you pause for a few minutes each morning, you will begin to see what needs to be cleared away. An old thought, an extra worry, an expectation that no longer fits, a fear you have carried for too long. When those things are gently put down, your heart becomes softer. You begin to notice the things you were too rushed to see before, the warmth of a conversation, the joy of finishing a small task, the comfort of taking care of yourself, or the quiet sweetness of a slow morning. These are what nourish your inner life. The beautiful thing is, when you live from the inside out, everything on the outside becomes clearer. You know what to keep and what to release. You know how to say no to things that wear you down. You know how to make time for the people you truly care about. You know how to build boundaries that protect your peace. This is not selfishness. This is living truthfully, because your inner life shapes everything: how you love, how you work, how you react, how you heal after storms. When the inside is calm, the outside naturally brightens. This morning, you do not need to do anything big. You only need to ask yourself one simple question: what is the most important thing for me today? Not the most important thing of the year, not of your whole life, just today. When you answer that question, your mind naturally finds direction. You are no longer pulled by random impulses. You live with clarity, not because you know everything, but because you know where to begin, within. And that awareness, simple and gentle, will lead you into a deeper and more complete day. There is something interesting about life that often takes years to truly understand. The most important moment is never in the future. It is always in the moment you are living right now. We humans have a habit of postponing emotions, postponing dreams, postponing self-care, postponing simple things that could transform the quality of our lives. You often tell yourself, I will start tomorrow. I will start when I have time. I will start when everything is stable. But the truth is, there is no perfect day to begin. Life is always changing, always busy, always filled with unexpected interruptions. If you keep waiting for the ideal moment, you will wait forever. And when you finally look back, you will realize the only thing you ever truly had was what you did today. Today is an opportunity you are holding in your hand, a door that is open, a small space, just enough for you to place one tiny change that can shift the direction of your life. Change does not need to be big. You do not have to overturn your whole world. You only need one small action, one gentle decision, one clear choice, one tiny step taken right now. Just by turning your mind slightly toward what is right, the whole color of your day changes. Let me say this clearly. If there is something in your heart you want to change, for your health, for your mind, for your future, then today is the best time to begin. Not because a miracle is waiting, but because today is the only moment you can touch with both awareness and action. Each morning is like a milestone. You can stand before it and hesitate, or you can stand before it and tell yourself, I choose to begin today. And when you say that, something shifts inside you. You become clearer. You know the direction you want to go. You feel a gentle movement within you, as if a door has quietly opened. This morning, I want to ask you something sincere. If you think only about today, not the whole year, not your whole life, what is one thing you want to change for yourself? When you hear that question, what is the first thing that rises in your mind? Do not analyze it. Do not adjust it. The first answer is always the truest voice inside you. If you feel something within you wanting to move, let me know your presence by whispering yes in your mind. Thank you for answering, even in silence. The biggest changes in life never begin with long steps. They begin with one simple moment when you say, I am ready. And that moment, today, is right here. Morning is the moment when we are most able to hear ourselves. When the first light touches the world, the mind softens, and the heart opens just a little to welcome something new. This is the perfect time to speak a gentle prayer, not a strict or structured one, but a blessing for yourself, a quiet intention for how you want to live today. You can sit with your back straight, rest your hands softly on your thighs, and inhale slowly. As you exhale, let your body release a bit of the tension that remained from yesterday, and right in this moment, you can whisper these words in your heart as your morning prayer. May my day begin with peace. May my mind be lighter. free from old thoughts and worries that have stayed too long. May my heart be soft enough to feel what is good and strong enough to walk through what is difficult. I do not ask for a perfect day. I only ask to be present enough to live each moment fully. Take another breath in. Feel the air reach the deepest part of your chest. Then exhale slowly, as if you are blowing away what no longer belongs to you. You continue your prayer. Give me clarity to see what matters. Give me wisdom to keep what is good and release what no longer fits. Give me the grace to speak when words are needed, to stay quiet when silence is kinder, and to act with gentleness even when life is not easy. This morning does not ask you to be strong right away. It only asks you to be honest with yourself. If today you feel weak, allow yourself to be weak. If today you feel strong, allow yourself to be strong. If today you want to move slowly, then move slowly. Prayer is the act of accepting yourself with kindness. You may continue whispering, "Give me patience to take one step at a time. Give me perseverance to stay with what is right. Give me a heart that learns, grows, and changes through my own experiences." Life sometimes brings you into foggy days, but a morning prayer helps you find a small ray of light, enough to guide you through the rest of the day. Not because something supernatural happens, but because prayer resets your mind. It tells you that you deserve a better day, you deserve peace, you deserve your own gentleness. Take one more breath. Inhale the freshness of the morning. Exhale what does not belong to today. And end your prayer with something simple. Give me peace. Give me clarity. Give me the grace to live gently and truly today. When you open your eyes, the world around you may look the same, but the way you see it has already softened. And sometimes, that alone is enough to begin your day in the most beautiful way possible. Morning always carries a special purity. While the world is slowly waking up, your mind is like a still surface of water after a long night. And in that gentle calm, you can drop into it anything you want to grow throughout your day. There is a simple but powerful mind rule. The morning mind is like still water. Whatever you drop into it first will ripple through the rest of your day. If you begin your morning with rush, the whole day will move in fast, restless rhythms. If you begin with worry, your mind will drift toward uncertainty. But if you begin with a thought that is bright, soft, and light, it will spread through you like sunlight within your heart. That is why morning is the perfect time for an inner detox, a gentle clearing inside before stepping into the world outside. Inner detox is not forcing yourself to think positive. It is simply putting down what does not belong to today. An old thought that makes your heart heavy, a conversation you keep replaying in your mind, an expectation that no longer fits, a fear that has stayed too long. You do not need to clean everything at once. You only need to see it, acknowledge it, and set it down as gently as placing a leaf on the surface of the water. Morning will do the rest for you. When you look at your mind as still water, you begin to understand that you have the power to choose what is allowed to spread, and what you choose in this moment will shape the energy of your entire day. Ask yourself this: what do you want the water of your mind to ripple with this morning? Clarity, peace, strength, or simply softness? Whatever you choose, choose it with intention. Because the morning mind is wide open, it listens more, it absorbs faster, and it remembers deeper. One of the simplest ways to detox your mind is to look at a thought that is bothering you and whisper inside, "This is not for today." Just that one sentence is enough to help you take back the lead. When you release what is unnecessary, you create space for something good to enter. Not because you are trying to transform yourself forcefully, but because you are guiding yourself gently back to your most natural state, bright, spacious, and calm. And the truth is, When your inner world is calm, the outer world cannot shake you for long. This morning, I invite you to do something very small, but deeply grounding. Place your hand on your chest for a few seconds and feel your breath rising and falling. Then ask yourself, what do I want to drop into the water of my mind today? If you already have an answer, even a tiny one, leave the number 1 in the comments so I know you are here, listening, and choosing to live lighter today. Thank you for being here. Your morning will become more beautiful, not because of luck, but because of what you just chose for yourself. After you have touched the still water within yourself and chosen a light and gentle direction for your mind, this is the moment to place one small action that will anchor the energy of your entire day. Many people believe that to change their life, they need a big, bold decision, but the truth is very different. Life changes through small actions repeated with awareness. One small action taken in the morning can shift the direction of the whole day, and one well-guided day can quietly shift the direction of an entire life. So today, I want to invite you to do something very simple. It does not take time. It is not complicated. It is not forced. It is just a tiny gesture, yet it has the power to awaken something deep inside you. That action is this: smile at yourself in the mirror for 1 second. 1 second may sound too short, but sometimes that single second when you meet your own eyes is enough to remind you that there is a part of you waiting to be understood, softened, and seen. When you smile at yourself, you are not trying to be positive. You are simply saying, I see you. I am here with you. And today, we will live a little lighter. A small morning smile can soften the stiffness in your mind. It helps you begin your day not with heaviness, but with ease. It signals to your body that you are safe, and when the body feels safe, the mind naturally becomes clearer, breathes more evenly, and slows down. After smiling at yourself, you can place a hand on your chest and whisper softly, today, I will live with presence. You are not making a grand promise. You are simply promising to show up for yourself, little by little. This small action brings you back to the exact place you need to be, the present moment. It keeps you from chasing the past or rushing toward the future. It brings you back to the only moment you can truly live, today. And this is the subtle adjustment so many people overlook, because presence is always the foundation of peace. Once you have done this small act, let your mind settle one more breath. Look back at what you have chosen this morning. You have breathed. You have looked at the truth of life. You have softened toward yourself. You have released what no longer fits. You have chosen a beautiful thought for your mind. And now you have given yourself one gentle action. Just like that, you have created a small shift that can ripple through your entire day. No need to push too hard. No need to carry too much pressure. Just live in the right rhythm. Before we close this part, I want you to ask yourself one question. If you could do just one small thing to brighten your day, what would it be? If you already have the answer, hold it like a soft promise to yourself for today. You are doing better than you think, and you deserve a peaceful day. When you have walked with me through each layer of this morning, you may have already felt something very clear. Peace is not something waiting at the end of the road. It is found in every step you take. Peace does not appear after an achievement. It appears the moment you pause and look gently into yourself. Every part of this morning journey has brought you back to a place that is deeply important, yet often forgotten. The place within you. You have touched the truth that today is the only thing you truly have. You have breathed to soften your mind. You have looked at your own fragility with kindness instead of fear. You have seen the illusion of running too fast and discovered the value of walking in the right direction. You have chosen a beautiful thought to plant in your mind. You have put down what no longer belongs and kept what nourishes you. You have smiled at yourself like a small blessing for the day ahead. And now you are standing at the end of this morning journey where everything feels lighter, brighter, and clearer. But the most beautiful part is not in the words spoken. The most beautiful part is that you are here the whole time. You gave yourself this moment, something busy life rarely allows. And because you were here, you shifted the energy of your day in a way no one else could do for you. Life does not need you to be strong every day. It only needs you to be honest with yourself, to pause long enough to hear your inner voice, to choose even one small thing with awareness. What you did this morning, even if small, is real. These are steps that gently move something inside you, steps that help you live closer to yourself. And when you live close to yourself, life rarely shakes you for long. Before we end, I want to send you a simple wish. I wish you a day that is gentle, clear, and full of presence. I wish you enough peace to walk through whatever surprises come, enough clarity to choose what matters, enough softness to treat yourself kindly, enough patience to avoid rushing, and enough trust to know that every step you take today has meaning. If this morning touched you in any way, I am grateful. These are not just words to listen to. These are the slow breaths that help you reset the foundation of your whole day. If you want to keep nourishing your inner world each morning, you are welcome to stay with this channel. Each day I will be here, walking with you, sharing soft, bright stories, so you can begin your day in the most beautiful way possible. Whenever you want, all you need to do is press play, and we will sit together again for a few minutes, breathing, listening, and slowing down. Thank you for giving time to yourself. Thank you for walking with me to the end of this morning journey. I wish you a beautiful day, a day bright enough for you to see clearly, a day light enough for you to move naturally, and a day peaceful enough for you to know you are worthy of every good thing coming your way.